Hello and welcome to Tax Savers University. This is Tyler McBroom, and we've got Marketing Mondays back for the first time in a couple weeks today. For those of you who don't know, Marketing Mondays is the day we bring on our brand director, Andy Mendez, to discuss what we're doing in the world of marketing and growing our CPA firm in the hopes that it'll bring you value in how you might consider your own marketing strategies for your company. So, welcome, Andy.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a bit.
Yeah.
Been a minute.
It's been a minute. A little rusty.
A little rusty, I know. We were just filming some actual episode, other non-Marketing Monday episodes, and it's funny how you lose the rhythm, and it's been a couple weeks. So excited to bring some fire today. So what's been going on since we last talked, and just what's going on in the world of marketing?
So kind of how we mentioned, we haven't recorded a podcast in a while, so we haven't been putting out a podcast for the past 2 weeks. Our weekly listens still went up a little bit the previous week as compared to the week when we put it out.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Wonder if that's people maybe going back and listening to old episodes, or is it the latest episodes that got more listens still?
It's those, I think it's just listens in general.
Just total listens. So maybe it might just be people going back, backlog.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And I know that we did a few stories where we pushed for people to go and look at a certain podcast, but nothing too big.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Cool.
We'll be putting stuff out, and then as far as other content, just business as usual. As far as keeping that consistent content out and being pushed out.
Yeah.
And then just adding podcasts the next week.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious because I feel like I've been a little out of it just with the tax filing deadline, and then we went to the conference and kind of come back. I haven't gotten back into my rhythm of doing stories as far as we do the professional stories, and I'll do a couple stories here and there, but it's not super throughout the day. So I haven't been as in Instagram as I normally would be the last couple weeks. Yeah. I'm curious, have you seen any change in engagement from when I'm super deep in and consistent on 15, 20 stories a day versus just doing a couple of the professional and maybe one or two pops here and there? Have you seen any difference on it?
It's actually been pretty huge. The main thing has been the direct messages.
Oh, yeah.
The huge part.
Yeah.
And then even just comments with people interacting.
Yeah.
Even you have the professional posts combined with your selfie ones. Those kind of stir up some engagement, people wanting to interact.
Right.
It seems very human. So I have seen the difference as far as even just the like ratio.
Yeah.
That's kind of dropped a little bit. So I feel like having the consistency on the professional stuff kind of at least keeps you in people's heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Then when it's really,
but it's good to have
during the week, it's huge.
It jumps way more. Yeah.
Go up beyond that 18 KPI.
So get back on those stories.
Yeah.
On my end. We were just talking about this right before we went live on the recording. Is the content is a constant grind.
Yeah.
It never sleeps.
And even just on a daily basis, as far as the daily to-do list.
Yeah.
You might be stressed about creating content, say for today, for example, and then tomorrow it's kind of starting back at zero.
Yeah.
And you just climb back up again.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of what makes it fun too.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So kind of talk about different ways that we're getting mileage out of certain content, and just kind of walk through how as we've been a couple weeks out of really sitting down and recording either podcasts or videos, but we're still pumping it out every day.
Yeah.
So kind of walk through that process.
Yeah, the main thing is that I look at when we haven't filmed or anything for a while is I'll look for, as far as photo images, I'll go back to just scrubbing through video that I have of you and something that just looks a little bit different. I could have used maybe a screen grab from the same piece of footage before, but maybe you're in a different location now.
Yeah.
And then we have 30 pieces of content before that new post and the one that we used prior. So then I'll just screenshot that one of you, maybe instead of sitting down, you're walking now.
Yeah.
I'll screenshot that, and then I'll take maybe a video, something that you said in a video, and create a caption from it.
Yeah.
But maybe combine it with something you said in a previous caption, so it's still your voice.
Right.
So the main thing is kind of just I'll look at one piece of content and see, okay, give myself the rule of thumb as far as there's another piece of content, find it. kind of, and then
Yeah.
and then it kind of forces you to kind of
Mhm.
get creative with it.
Yeah.
And even just like what I've noticed too that I kind of caught myself doing like subconsciously is like, okay, maybe there's something that you said in a caption that's really good and it's popular,
Mhm.
and if I want to reuse that, I'll just like maybe hold my thumb on the photo itself, like in your feed, and that makes it pops out, and it's still the same post,
Mhm.
but it looks different. It looks like I dropped it in Photoshop and like
Yeah.
made it look different,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll screenshot that, and now that's your Instagram story.
Gotcha.
Or like
Yeah,
even
yeah.
just like
Uh-huh.
if there's the old post and sharing that on your story.
Uh-huh.
Instagram made that feature look like another piece of content as well.
Right.
You'll click through to
Uh-huh.
old content, but
Yeah,
it looks
yeah.
new on your
Uh-huh.
story.
Yeah.
So kind of just looking at different ways to like make things look different, show the same message,
Mhm.
but visually looks different.
And keep it
and keep
consistent,
it going.
flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even just because we posted and it got a lot of engagement, maybe there's like 5 people that didn't see it that one time, so it's
Right.
new to them. And
Yeah.
so it still brings value,
Mhm.
but it kind of sparks interest by just visually looking different.
Yeah, and people see it in the stories more than on the feed sometimes,
Yeah.
depending on the algorithms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's like the main thing is just kind of like, okay, we have all this content. How can I make it look different so it's like a new piece of content?
Mhm.
Or maybe the cool thing about having stories on Instagram is you can post them to the feed, but you've never posted to the story. So it's
Mhm.
almost like that's another way for you to get more mileage.
Because some
out of
people
it.
spend more time in stories than on the
Yeah,
feed. Yeah,
exactly.
totally.
So just kind of like trying to find different ways like that where you
Yeah.
can just reuse it or make it look different.
Yeah. So we have our first vlog in a while scheduled next week too,
Yeah.
right? So kind of talk through that with in regards to creating the content. One of the things, because we started off doing a bunch of vlogs,
Yeah.
and it was like, holy cow, this is a lot of editing time. This isn't, as far as bang for your buck on time, vlogs are tough, but they also create a lot of opportunity for more content just from it being more dynamic, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Kind of like it, like I know we've kind of like mentioned before, like it being the pillar content.
mhm.
And what that basically what pillar content means is having that base filming session
Mhm.
where you go really deep and say it's an hour worth of footage
Mhm.
that now you can make to a bunch of little micro
Right.
pieces.
Uh-huh.
So now having a better understanding as far as our flow of what we put out and how we put it out.
Mhm.
My goal for when we film this vlog, since it's been a while, is like, okay, what do I usually need? or
Like what you
sort
want to
out?
look
Yeah,
at for
what
creative,
do I look
like
at
for
when,
creative, yeah.
Not even just look at the vlog, just like, okay, maybe if we, since we were gonna start at the gym, maybe there's a tax tip that you can give while we're walking around.
Mhm.
Then now it's like a tax tip. piece of
Walking down the
content.
stairs or something,
so
yeah,
it's getting the most
exactly.
out of your time as well.
Mhm.
So that's kind of like the main goal with that vlog is now being a little bit more strategic as far as like,
Just jam packed
different
with little
questions I'm
nuggets,
asking.
yeah.
and then kind of being more. I'm gonna try to say basically like where I ask more questions and try to like just like maybe there's different things because you're just living your day
Yeah.
that you're not like consciously thinking of that
Mhm.
maybe I can like bring out.
Yeah.
And then we have that back and forth.
Mhm.
To then we filmed for half a day, and now we can use that for like a couple of months.
Right.
One
Yeah.
month, you know. But the main thing that I've been noticing, kind of even just the vlogs that we did shoot, I still go back to those
Mhm.
even today.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a bunch of value in just like,
And doing them,
yeah.
even though it's, putting together a vlog, like an actual vlog episode is time intensive on the editing side,
Yeah.
but having the raw footage is super valuable for
yeah.
just creating the 1 minute shots on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. What else we got? So I see, just reading some of the show notes here on asking people as far as asking for responses on comments and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's
Some
just been
tips on that.
Yeah, so that was kind of just like something that was interesting that I kind of played around with. I've seen it on like other Instagram accounts,
Mhm.
and so I just started playing with it, and it kind of brings a little bit of interaction because it's easy. For
Like
the
comment with an emoji, like the Taco Tuesday, comment
yeah,
with
like comment
taco
with
or
if it's deductible,
yeah, or not.
like I think it's like a fire emoji if it's not.
yeah,
And it's easy because you're kind of already getting like there's 2 options, so
Mhm.
they don't have to come up
click,
with
they
a
don't have
response.
to think.
They just,
Yeah,
like,
just click, click.
all right,
Yeah,
here you go. And then once there's like a few tacos or whatever emoji you're using, then people are more like inclined to like comment on that.
yeah,
I think the ones I think it's like basically a way to hack with polls, but on the feed.
right.
If people really enjoy polls.
Yeah,
So and then what I've been noticing is after I did that one was like, okay, if we ask for a response as far as like comment blank emoji for yes and blank emoji for no,
Mhm.
is what emojis in that first scroll where it's even easier for the person to respond.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
a certain type of smiley face compared
Thumbs
to
up,
a
yeah,
smiley
or
face, you know?
one of the common ones like thumbs up or a poop emoji.
Yeah,
or,
exactly. Something that's just like really easy, or maybe a more, like you said, like more common emoji, like the thumbs up or the poop emoji,
Yeah.
where it's like literally they just swipe up and then it's right
It's
there.
right
One
there.
of those emojis.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
just trying to hack a different ways to get people to engage with the content.
Yeah, cool. I like that. What else we got?
I think kind of put on here as far as like staying up to date with relevant events. I know we've talked about it, and I feel like, at least from my end, like I haven't done as well of a job of being up to date with it and then creating action for your content as well. Until this last one with the lottery content that we did. Like, I think the last video that we did like that was the LeBron James one.
Right.
But we saw the huge difference in views just because it was something that
trending.
people were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
And it ties back into what you do. So I'm just seeing it as being even like more important as far as even just like on a week, like maybe it's not something that's like going viral, but something that's just top of mind.
Yeah.
So maybe like something next week, right, is our time to vote. So depending on whatever business you're in, if you could tie that into that, it'll be top of mind. Maybe your content, it gives you a better chance of your content being seen.
For sure.
So I think more so on the action plan for like us, like for our department, like getting your stuff out. It's just like, okay,
what's coming
I'm
up?
aware of it, and then like,
what's on the calendar?
Like, look at your calendar too.
Yeah,
like,
current
okay,
events.
like what days? Maybe like obviously Mondays are pretty packed for you. Like maybe on a Thursday you're able to film a little bit, and then we're able to film on those topics. And then put it out. So it's just like seeing it as like more valuable as.
Just you might catch the crossfire of the hashtag that's trending or something like that, and get it because it's popular.
And it causes a little bit of engagement as far as the comments. I think on Facebook or it might have been your Instagram. That was your Instagram. That if people like to get really technical with the taxes.
Yeah. Well, that's not. They don't owe $862 million. It's $814,570,042.03. It's kind of a fun example here. Don't take it too seriously.
Exactly. Or people don't even, maybe they see that and they don't even think about the taxes associated. So oh, that's a bunch of taxes.
My gosh, that's a lot of taxes. Surprise.
So it causes some reactions.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they just think they get the straight $1.6 billion check. Doesn't work like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we're educating people on taxes. Cool. Anything else you want to cover as far as kind of what are we looking at? So we might try, well, by the time you see this, it'll have passed, but we're going on our quarterly celebration tomorrow. Might try to use it as an opportunity. It's going to be a day in San Francisco, opportunity to get back active on the stories, like personal stories on my end, as long as there's not too much of the other people in the office that don't want to be on camera on there.
I think just as far as what you mentioned, as far as like what else, I know we mentioned kind of LinkedIn a little bit, as far as maybe putting some content out there. That was more so just taken from some things like I was reading and watching as far as like the opportunity with B2B. Don't have as well of an understanding of it, but maybe there's some opportunity there to like put written articles out or like have your captions go out as small like piece of information. It'd be a lot more professional and laid out in that way. But I think there's a lot of like potential opportunity there. It doesn't hurt to try.
And well, what's interesting about that though is so I just got back from that conference, the Scaling Up Summit, and I forget her title. It was something like Chief of Customer Experience Service, something or other. Basically, this really high up gal at Salesforce named Tiffany Bova spoke about the new product is customer experience and how there is no B2B and B2C. It's all just person to person. And same thing with marketing is that people like to do business with other people, not with companies. And so, LinkedIn is B2B and it's where a lot of consumers hang out, but why we haven't spent, or a lot of business owners hang out, but why we haven't spent as much time on LinkedIn, so there's still a lot of business owners that are on Instagram. And that's and we kind of made this decision right when you started last year. We were like, okay, do we want to brand me or brand Measured Results? We made a decision to brand me because a big component of business development, if you're using Instagram for business development, is direct messages.
Yeah.
People are a lot more inclined to direct message a person than they are to direct message a company.
Yeah.
So of course, companies like Disney and Toyota and these big names are going to have company accounts. But if you're a solo, business owner out there and you're kind of hemming and hawing between your company branding versus your personal branding, I would lean towards building out that personal brand first. And maybe if you want to combine both, like I could put Tyler Measured or something like that if I wanted to. And we're talking about doing that with all of our staff, of having all of our team members have their own Measured Results professional Instagram to reach out to clients. But just as far as, I know that's a question a lot of people wonder, and that I wrestle with myself, and I think it's proven out to say lead with personal brand over company brand.
Yeah.
As far as B2C versus B2B.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like the process behind doing the LinkedIn thing would be kind of like how you said, like under your name.
Right.
And tailoring it where it's like it's strategic and done well, but it's in the sense of like when you go on LinkedIn and you see friends or colleagues post little statuses or share articles, that you could tell it's just them sharing thoughts.
Yeah.
The same thing with like
thought leadership.
kind of
Totally.
Like, oh, okay, like I wrote off this vacation, and then it's different verbiage, right? Like, it's not like use this emoji. It's maybe I found this to be extremely interesting.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go into the bulk of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, then it kind of contradicts what we want to do, like you said, with the employees of like our team, where we have like our own like Instagrams, like measured things like that, where it's really almost basically like a LinkedIn profile, but on Instagram.
But exactly.
But even just like sharing your content and what we're posting on Measure Results, like we could just reshare that, and then even just like common client questions that we can share and that aren't like confidential.
Right.
We could share those and have our answers, or maybe even just like small tips as far as like when we're by the phones the most or something, if they want to get in contact with us. And then it's kind of creating that transparency.
Right.
And then but having that professional layout over it.
Yeah, definitely. And just another way to
just interact on Instagram.
Exactly.
More than anything else.
They live on Instagram.
Yeah.
Especially if their business is on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Cool. Well, I think that was a good episode and hopefully you found some value in it yourself. And we're back in the rhythm of things on the podcast and the content. So, we've been cranking out the content on the Instagram side of things still. So, if you found some value in it, as always, please share it with a friend or leave a review. Really would mean the world, and it always means the world that you're listening to this. And thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
We coming. Yeah, we coming. We coming.